Hello fashion lovers, welcome back to my channel. Today it is this halter neck shirt gown with open back that will be drafting in this video. All right, so if it is what you are interested in, guys, please like the video, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I post amazing new styles every day. All right, so be a subscriber. Now for this particular dress, this is the measurement I'm working with. You know how we do it. We'll go for our measurement before we start cutting. So I'm working with shoulder 15 divided by 2 bust 36 divided by 4 waist 26 divided by 4. You already know why we divide by 4, because when we divide by 4 because we fold our fabrics into 4 when cutting. Okay, so that is why we divide by 4. Now for my half length, I have 16 plus 1 makes it 17. Now why did I add 1 to the 16? I added 1 to the 16. That one is more like a joining allowance. You have to join the upper part to the down part, the gathers, the flay. All right, that is why I added 1 inches, and I have bust point 10, gown length 36 plus 1.5. That is more like my folding allowance and the joining allowance equally. So I have in total 37.5 for the length. And for my bust and waist, after division, I added 2 to the bust and I added 3 to the waist, because the waist is where the dart intake is more. And you know how we do it. The first thing is fold your pattern. Now this particular dress has a button on the front. Like I usually say in all my videos, where there is a button, there is a button allowance. Okay, except the button is just for design. What do I mean? I mean buttons that you do just attach to clothes that does not have any function, but it's just to beautify the clothes. So if your button is not for beautification, then there must be button allowance. I'm looking at this dress. The button is not just for beautification. They can actually open it up. Yes, when you unbutton it, it opens up. So there must be button allowance. Now I went for, this is what I marked first, my button allowance, and I marked 2 inches for my button allowance. Now button allowance is folded into 3 places. How we fold our button allowance. There are some that when you're using facing to finish it, you have to reduce, but for this case we are not using facing, so it's 2 inches. After that, you start marking every other measurement, which is your armhole depth, your higher bust point, and half length. Remember, my half length is 17. Okay, so I'll just use my rule and connect them all through. Now for my bust point, for my under armhole depth rather, I use 7.5. Now what determines your armhole is the size of the person. That determines the measurement. The bust determines what you use. So I'm working with 36, and this is a strapless, is a sleeveless dress, so 7.5 is perfect. So I've marked all the lines. The next thing is for me to start. This is where I'll start marking my shoulder. Remember, I said my shoulder is 7.5. Right at the B point, which is the bust, you equally mark your shoulder. Use your rule and connect it together. This is an halter neck. Yes, we will be needing our shoulder, all right, before drafting. Now once you're done, you start marking your bust. That is what I marked. This is my waist measurement. Remember, my total waist is 9.5. That is what I marked. You use your rule, connect it together. Once you've connected it, it's more like the basic. In all my pattern, I usually start from the basics. It makes it more easy for a novice to understand. Okay, so this is my armhole, which is the next thing. You already know how we curve our armhole. I use French curve to curve my armhole. At times I do freehand, so whichever one is still okay. Just get your basics. This is more like we getting our basics. Okay, now I've curved the armhole. The next thing is, if you watch the dart on this dress, is a princess dart. So I will be marking my nipple to nipple plus half inches. Remember, nipple to nipple was 7 divided by 2 gives us 3.5 plus half inches is 4 inches. So what I mark right now is actually 4 inches. Okay, and once I mark the 4 inches, I'll come to my waist right here. What I'm taking right here is half inches on both sides. Half inches on this side, half inches on this side. That is my dart intake. Okay. Now, this is not a bustier. It's just a normal dart. So you don't need to be taking up to 1 inch. It's not a bustier. Okay. Just a normal waist dart. And for it to be an armhole, we have to add the armhole dart to it. No, to make it a princess dart. Now, once I've done this, I'll connect straight line on the bottom part. Then I'll get my French curve. Locate my mid shoulder. Use my French curve and connect the line. Okay. Now, this is it. Next thing is to go to my neck. Now, looking at this halter neck, I'm going for 3 inches. I'm going for 3 by 3, neck with 3, neck depth 3. Now, what do you think? I'm seeing this halter neck more like a shirt. Okay, so 3 by 3 is very much okay. Then I'll curve. Now, let me know in the comment section if you think 3 is okay. If you think 3 is not very much okay, let me know. I would like to know. But for me, it is 3 inches for my neck width. All right. Now, having curved my armhole, I'll just use my French curve and, make it that halter. This is it. You make it an halter neck. Now, if you watch my connection, it went straight to the shoulder. All right. It is very important because the collar on your neck extends from the shoulder back. So watch where I connected my halter neck. It is very important. All right. Now, I haven't gotten this. What I just need to do is cut. And I'll be starting from the halter part. Okay, to cut this side. Now, you know how we do it. I always love using my front pattern to get my back pattern. All right. Now, I haven't gotten my back pieces. All right. This is my front. Sorry, I've gotten my front. Next thing I need to do is get my back. Okay. You already know how I do it. I use my front. But first, let's curve the neck. You can see it. This is my neck. Well curved that. Next thing is to fold in that button allowance. Now, why am I doing this folding? The back does not have any button allowance. Neither does it have any zip allowance. All right. The back, this is the back. You can see how it is. So there is nothing addition to the back. So what I just need is fold it. That is why I folded it. So I'll just place it. Now you already know the back. The connectivity is at the armhole. So I'll just fold it this way. All right. Follow the armhole and cut straight. Now this is my back. Remember, the back can be deepened. It can be, whatever you choose for your back, it is very much okay. All right. Now, having done with the back, let's take this out and place it very well. Let me turn it this way. Now, this is my back. If I choose to slant it, you want the back to go down more. So this is my back. All right, you can see it. Now, if I decide to curve my armhole, I want the back more deeper. I can just place it this way. From here, you can see, curve it, get to this point, slant it down. Whatever I want at the back is good. You can go with it. But one thing you should have in mind that there is elastic, a little bit of elastic at the back, back of this dress, which you can see. All right, so you have to put that into consideration, how deep you want it to be. Okay, and secondly, I do not need to put that on it because of the elastic. All right, so this is my back done. I'll take it out, then I'll move to my front. What are the things I need to do to my front? We are here to cut the dart. We are here to fold the button allowance. We are here to cut the collar. All right, so we still have so many things to do. But first, let's start with the darts. So I will be cutting the darts. Now, if you watch, I just cut the armhole. I didn't cut it all through. Why? It is best you recurve your armhole after you're done with the darts. All right? After you're done with sewing of your darts, that is when you recurve your armhole if you choose to. That is equally when you dip in the back if you choose to. All right. Now, this is my button allowance. I just need to open it all through. Separate it from the other part so I can fold it the way it should be. All right. Now, I've opened the button allowance up. Now, this is the dart. Remember, if you have any question, guys, drop it on the comment section. I'll be replying ASAP. Now you can see I have used sellotape to hold it. Now you can see I'm recurving the armhole following the lines I have given earlier. You can see where that I've cut. I just need to follow it and recurve. All right. What I did now is by choice if you choose to. If you choose not. Now this is the back. You can see the back is bigger. There is elastic. Elastic will be used to hold this part or this where my hand is up. Hold it together, to fit more properly. All right. Now, having gotten the front and the back, we need to work on the neck. How do we finish this neck? All right, so that is what we'll be doing next. Now, this is the collar. You can see it very well. That is the collar. All right, you can see how it is. Now, for me, the first thing is take your tape and measure round. Watch what I'm measuring. It is after you have done folding of your button allowance. You have sewn it. Now, I measured and I got 6.5. Now you get your pattern paper, which is what the height of your collar can either be 3.5, depend. It's a matter of choice how you want it. You have 3, you have 3.5, you have 2 3/4. All right, but the best is choose between 3 and 3.5 as a new beginner. Now, the height for this collar for this one I'm making is 3.5. All right. I have chosen 3.5, so I'll just rule my line straight. Okay. Now, another thing is the distance from your shoulder to your 2 back shoulders. All right, is 3.5. That is why when we are marking our normal neck is 3, but because of it is halter neck, I'm going for 3.5. So what I marked now is 3.5. What is this 3.5? My back shoulder. Between my back shoulder to the other back of the shoulder, that is what this 3.5 is for. All right. Now, having gotten my 3.5, the next thing is I'll mark that 6.5. Remember that 6.5 I marked, I got when I measured the neckline round. That is what I marked. Okay. Having marked the 6.5, what next? You come here, measure 1 inches above, indicate where that 1 inches is. Then you curve. But you equally mark 1 inches here, okay? Before using, now for you to curve this, you must use your French curve. It needs to be curved. So you must use your French curve. You do not use your rule to do this. Use your French curve to give it that curviness you need. Now, this is it. Okay. Now, this is the easiest way you get your collar. All right. Then you cut. Okay. So it has been curved and cut. You can see it. So what you need, this particular piece has to be two. So you get another pattern paper, place it and cut it. It has to be two piece. So for us to get the second piece, we just need to place it and trace it out. We don't need to mark again. I'm done marking. I have two pieces already. You can see it. So you place the two of them this way. So here, all right. So here to leave. Let me get the marker and indicate the parts that will be sewn. All right. Now sew here. Okay. Sew these edges. All right. Now this cuff part, it will be attached to the neck. That means you will have to be. Now this is how it will look. First, let's start with the shirt. One. This is how it will look before you add the collar. Okay, you fold it the way you want it. Now, how deep you want it is your choice. What I mean by deepness, if you watch the V on the neck, how deep you want it is matter of choice. Okay, so this is it. Now, what we need to do next is place the collar that we have cut. I will be using sellotape to tape it together. Let's see how it goes. Now we need to be sure it is given. All right. Now remember the down of this dress, the down can be flay or gathers, but the one on the picture, it is gathers. You can see it on the waist. It is gathered. All right. Now I have attached the collar. So this it's actually paper. I use sellotape, tape to hold it down to see how it looks. Okay, so this is it. So guys, if you have any question, please feel free and drop it on the comment section. I will be attending to it. All right. Thank you for watching.